Hey guys, welcome back, and there's no unsolved cases. Let's check the photos, shall we? Lots of ones.
Lo siento.
The dancer.
마녀,
The
돌아갈 수만 있다면.
stalking mission.
有没有搞错？
Street fight for Jimmy.
为什么？
And a final goodbye for Xiaoren. Street fight's on its own. Those two are going to be linked. And that one is a final goodbye. Let's do Jimmy's first, since it's the first chronologically. He's got street fights. In the largest arcade of Mokgung. Time Reversal Cup. The Prince of Fighters 97 Nostalgia Tournament. A giant banner was on display. The Time Reversal Cup had been the biggest tournament for fighting classic games in Hong Kong for a few years. It had also been an important source of my income in my post-college independent life. After graduating from college last year, I had moved out of my parents' house and rented a 30 square metre studio with a standalone bathroom. Never knew rent could be so expensive. Never understood why people would want to buy stuff from a sale. Never realised that part-time jobs barely paid anything. Not until I lost my financial support from my father and mother that I did begin to appreciate the challenges of life. Therefore, I must win the tournament. The prize money for winning the championship would be enough to cover expenses for 3 months. I'd arrived not too long ago and had been testing my machine. People were beginning to gather around, many of whom kept taking pictures with their phones. As a 2-time defending champion, I'd been placed directly in the semi-final, so I was expecting a little attention. However, today I was feeling very suspicious about every one of these people. I was about to go and hide in the bathroom for a while before the match. Suddenly, a wave of excitement washed across the crowd. A small kid had just walked up to the machine opposite mine, in school uniform, wearing a pair of glasses. His hair was parted to the left side. The staff thought we didn't know each other and started making introductions. This is a primary school killer. You must have heard of him. He had no more rivals left in the Sim Sha Tsui area. Last week, he challenged the North Key Arcade. Nobody dared say a word. I never thought he would be my opponent today. I suddenly cursed all the gods and goddesses in my head. And then the punk kid held his thumbs down and made a face at me. The crowd booed loudly. The booing went right to my head, along with the history of our rivalry. And watch out, you punk. Big Brother's going to teach you a lesson for the sake of your parents. Let me show you how to be polite and respectful to your senior. My Yogami versus his Kusanagi. 2 games out of 3. In all honesty, our war skills were mostly on the same level, but every time I played with a kid, he'd always be able to get into my head and mess up my inputs. I've been thinking of a punch but press a kick. I was trashing the first game. I tried my damn best to win the second game. Here came the deciding game. The crowd became wild. Time to go to hell, you little punk. Hell, 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 hell! At this point, both our HP gauges were alarmingly low. Our special moves were both fully charged and ready to go as well. If either of us mistake right now, the other one would immediately land a combo and finish the game. I tightly wiggled my sweating right hand and feigned a retreat. The punk kid took the bait. He punched swift. Now's my chance. I commanded Yogami to jump behind him, ready to unleash the final combo. Gay shake yoi! 2B, 5A. 127, Shiki Ake Hane on. 127, Shiki Ake Hana 2. Took 2 consecutive Ake Hanas. My opponent had been thrown into midair. It's final time in this game with desperation move. Joystick. Right to left. Joystick. Left to right. Hard punch. C. Ghostly purple flames appeared on Yogami's hands. Light pillars were bursting from the ground one after another. Desperation move. Ora 108 Shikyo Sakazuki. Oh crap, I was wrong move. It's an amazing move against my opponent, but his only drawback was that it's also too slow. Kusanagi swiftly air-teched away from the pillars, nullifying the attack. Oh shit. Pumpkin smiled behind his glasses. Kusanagi jumped on top of me and hit me right in the face. I was still recovering from my previous move, so I couldn't defend myself. Then he kicked me in the air, raging fire erupted in his right hand and held it high. Then turned into a devouring firebomb while I was staring in shock. It blew Yogami into the sky. KO! As Yogami kept flying upwards on the screen, my heart was sinking all the way into the ground. I might have borrowed money from my father to cover rent this month. He once again tried to persuade me to go and work at his company. Mother would then try to set me up with a blind date, forcing me to meet people I had absolutely no interest in. Yet I would have to pretend to be smiling the whole time. No. My dear goddess of fortune, please take me away from here. Okay, so let's try. Left to right, right to left. Yugoma's hand morphed into a blur. He grabbed Kusanagi from the air and slammed him onto the ground. His attacks, fueled with every last drop of his power, washed over his opponent like an unstoppable waterfall. Kusanagi couldn't even hold his posture anymore. Desperation move. Kin 1-2-11 Shikin yo Otome. KO. Yes. 3 more expenses. See, it's done, you little punk. After a ceremony, I was about to duck out of the arcade quietly when a punk kid suddenly blocked my way. What? You want to look for a real fight now? Don't you know my fame beating up both a senior home and junior king? Don't you know my fame of beating up both a senior home and a kindergartner on the same day? I quietly thought to myself, congratulations, mister. I bought you this newspaper as a special gift to you. Took the newspaper, it was a random tabloid, cover page, headline. Despicable. Hong Kong youth molest child on the street. What the hell was this? 7 months ago, I'd beaten up a little punk of primary school killer pretty badly in another casual tournament. Then a few days later, an article began circulating on the internet about me taking off my pants on the street and mooning in some little kid. There's in a picture to go with it. Yeah, whether you judge it by the shape of a percentage of body fat, that's not my butt in my picture. The funny thing was, when I tried to remove the censor boxes on my picture though, through some technical magic, I realised the kid in this picture was exactly this little punk. When I had either had a picture taken with him. Besides, what kind of twisted mind would take me such a gross and embarrassing idea for the first place, not to mention actually going through faking a picture. Afterwards, I had to kick a dozen websites to delete related articles, and now you had it printed on paper? Didn't even know who was more despicable in this whole ordeal. In any case, the more despicable the story was, the faster it travelled. People would always believe this kind of garbage. People in the arcade were starting to stare at me. I knew I'd only not just come here for a tournament today. What? Do you expect me to tear this paper into pieces? And make a scene? Screw you, little punk. I stuffed a newspaper in my bag around pies and walked out of the arcade. It was drizzling outside. Life was good playing with headphones. I decided to not take a cab and just walk back to the apartment. I bumped into a few people and nobody gave me any trouble, even second look. Yeah, why bother myself with other people's opinions? This is my life, one I'd always wanted. Hey! You know what, I'd normally do that one next, but let's do When Xiao Ends, because he's got a solo. I sat in the exam room in the hospital. My fingers kept tapping my knees. It's because of my past experience, but any time I had to deal with a hospital, I would always worry about the worst outcome. After a long doctor came in, he closed the door and sat down in front of me. My hands clenched into fists. He opened my test results and read through them. He then looked up on a document and stared at me. What was your relationship with her? The diagnosis is stomach cancer. I was stunned. It really was the worst outcome. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't really remember what the doctor had said afterwards. I took the test results and went back into a patient's room. I looked at her still sound asleep. I wonder if she would still keep on sleeping like this. Maybe she'd never wake up again. Yang Ying had told me a story. She'd been all alone with no family for a long time, just like me. Now it's diagnosed, she would have to deal with it all by herself. I could see her bright eyes looking into mine, in her flickering like candle lights. I crumpled the test results into my hands. Let's change this. Sat on the steps of the hospital, stunned. I thought the doctor was going to tell me about the condition, but had given me test results from my previous hospital stay. About a month ago, I'd been in a fight with someone. Been a little rusty and hot-headed, and one of my ribs were broken. I had to ask for sick leave from the school because I had to stay in the hospital for a while. The doctor was very attentive. After we recovered, he suggested I get a full physical. I realised I hadn't had a physical for a long time, so I thought I might as well get one. Little did I know I'd be getting such a surprise. It had gone dark outside now. I picked up my test results, got up, and went back to a patient's room. The nurse must have kept taking a temperature, as I saw Li Wen's hands hanging outside the sheets. Her collar was messed up. I carefully tucked her hands back under the sheets, trying not to wake her up. She seemed to be dreaming. She suddenly turned her face to her side and mumbled something. Her face was only inches away from mine. I couldn't move for a second, and I remembered what happened the day I fainted in my apartment. Even when my heart stopped, and I hadn't been breathing, I had been conscious. I felt someone pressing my chest. I felt someone yelling my name. I felt someone... I knew it was her, but I couldn't move at all. Actually, I could, but I was thinking, perhaps I could just let her go. All of this would be over. However, when I heard her crying, my heart suddenly bounced. I opened my eyes with all the strength I had and saw her sobbing uncontrollably. Why would she care so much about someone she barely knew? Why? And I soon realised the reason. Why I'd care about her so much. We're just like each other. We must have similar pasts. My strength started to coming back to my body. I grabbed her hand as soon as I could, just so that I could tell her I was okay. I don't want to see her sad. I buzzed from my cell phone, pulling back from my thoughts, and a text message. I walked out of the room and leaned on the wall the whole way open my inbox. It was from Yang Ying. She received my text about my condition. She wanted to see me at the coffee house later. I pressed the delete button. It had been a habit of mine for a very long time. I always leave my texts as soon as I read them. I always get annoyed if I had too many texts in my inbox. There are 4 other texts left in my inbox. It's raining. Remember to bring an umbrella. There's a book signing at the west entrance right now. The art show today is really cool. Thanks so much for a ticket. I had to head back. Thank you again. Deleted. Okay, I wasn't actually expecting a Manchester for that one so quickly. So yeah, we've learned a bit about Jimmy and so on. So Jimmy. 23 unverified rumours about molesting boys on the street were published in gossip magazines. Ah, interesting. He grew up. At 18, passed out of school due to acute gastritis. Amazing that stomach cancer is actually a good result. Amazingly. Boy. Well then guys, thanks for watching. Join me next time when I look at whatever's going on over here. Alicia and Chang Yong-min. Been a short episode as normal, but yeah, that's what you get. Thanks for watching guys, have a wonderful day and bye bye.